Hi guys, I'm Dave and today I'm going to show you hang gliders in Minecraft. These hang gliders are survival friendly, they are multiplayer friendly, and they work completely in vanilla Minecraft. I've got more crafting recipes here because this is still part of the same world I did the grappling hooks on. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest you check it out. To craft the hang glider, we're going to need some sturdy cloth, which we make out of normal leather, string and bone meal. And the actual hang glider crafting recipe looks like this. The hang glider, I've actually used a feather for the actual item. So I'm just going to craft that so it works in the same crafting table as before. I actually pre-made some of the sturdy cloth. And there we have our hang glider. Right, I am in survival at the minute. I've got my grappling hook here, so I can use that still. What if I do that? There we go. Now all you have to do, select the hang glider, doesn't matter where it is on your inventory bar as long as you're holding it, and jump. As you can see, it isn't the prettiest of transport methods, but it does do exactly what it says on the tin. I am falling very slowly, moving mostly forwards in the direction that I'm facing. I'm not actually pressing any of the movement keys. I'm just falling forwards. And when you reach the ground, you stop gliding, and I've taken no fall damage despite having fallen from all the way up there. So, how does it work? I'm using two scoreboards. One of them is facing, which can tell which of the 8 orthogonal directions I'm facing. I'll just bring that one up. So you can see, facing south, I'm facing direction 1. If I face south west, that's direction 2. If I face west, direction 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then back to 1. That's all that these commandments are doing. I mean, actually, this one is for the clock, and this one is for the clock. And these 8 here are to change my score. So this one changes it to 8, this one changes it to 5, and this uses the RYM and RY, which are the rotation parameters. This is actually completely different here. Okay, so once we have our facing value, the next most important thing is to see if we're holding the hang glider. Now, which one of these comparators will light up depends on where your hang glider is when you're holding it. You can see there, it was in my 7th one. If I move it over to here, the middle comparator will light up. As you can see, I can swap it up to my first slot. No. So it doesn't matter which slot I'm holding it in, as long as I am actually holding it. I've got this row of comparators down here to set my score of gliding, which is just another dummy value, to 1. And these command blocks set my score of gliding to 0 again, which is basically when one of these comparators turns off, the torch will turn back on and say I've stopped gliding, which is exactly what we want. If we stop holding the hang glider, we don't want to carry on gliding. Also, when I stop gliding, it deletes any cobwebs that were around me, because that's how I stop myself from taking fall damage. What this is doing here is this is actually executing a command at anyone who has a gliding score of 1, and this one executes it at anyone whose gliding score is 1 and whose facing score is 1, and it will teleport them in the right direction. Not by very much. It will teleport them down by a 20th of a block and south by a 5th of a block. This one does the same thing for someone whose facing score is 2. This one over here is for facing 6, 7, and 8. I just changed the direction in which you get teleported. These command blocks here replace they actually they don't replace. They fill the block that I'm currently in while I'm gliding. They fill the block I'm in with web, and this one fills the. Oh, sorry. This one fills the block I'm in with web, and this one fills the blocks behind me with air. And these change based on which way I'm facing as well. So you've got to watch out for that. You're not looking for it's going to be the opposite direction to the direction you're being teleported in, because it's the block that's behind you that you want to delete the web from. So every time I want to add in a new player, I have to copy these command blocks across, but I don't have to copy across any of the command blocks that are on top of these fill blocks, these fill clocks, because they work for all players. They're executed at all players, but the hotbar selection thing is only one per player, so you are going to need that, and that uses the IDs again. So this is testing. I can actually show you this command here. It's going to take a while though. This is a test for at a player whose ID is 1, which is me, and who is not on the ground, who has selected item slot 7, and who has an item in their inventory in the 7th inventory slot in the hotbar, which has an ID of a feather essentially, and which is enchanted with Unbreaking 1. That's what gives our hand glider this nice glow. So all of these they do exactly the same, except they test for a different selected slot, and that the feather is in a different slot. On this row it does exactly the same, except it does it for someone with an ID of 2, and this one's for an ID of 3. And I'm planning on having 6 players able to use the hang gliders at one time, because this is a PvP map with RPG classes when it's finished. Right, so I'm going to do one more demonstration of the hang glider. So it does work in creative as well, it's far easier to make it break in creative if you're already flying. You see I can just step off or jump off, and I glide to safety. Okay, I'm Dave, that's all from me for today, goodbye.